Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Launa K and I'm a Namibian YouTuber based in the Erongo region, Namibia. I am a lifestyle content creator, a candid talk, faith, vlogs, and many, many more. So guys, this evening, because it's evening, like in real life for me it is evening, I want to come to you with something that I was inspired by, something I was watching on YouTube. It's about a wonderful lady from SA. Today I was just on SA People, and she had been through a lot, and I was just watching and admiring her success and her children and something in that line. And this brings me to what we are going to discuss today. Holy Spirit, help me to stay focused. I want to stay focused, and I want to talk to the young women mostly, but it's for everybody. Let me pause. Because I'm afraid I'm guarding myself not to go astray from why I'm here. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking, what is that? Yeah, please guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Please don't forget to do that, because that's the only way you are going to help me to grow this channel, because I need to grow, guys. I need to grow. Yeah, so guys, and this was about or rather this is about asking myself, what is that make other couples to come together and they don't succeed? Other couples come together, they succeed. Other couples come together and they are neither succeeding, or they are just somewhere there. And as I was watching this lady, I was admiring her success and her simplicity and her house and everything, and listening to her background. I was like, in this woman, there was nothing in her. There was nothing in her that could, I want to talk in terms of a couple. There is nothing in this woman that could bring her to this level. But then as I was watching, then I realized in her life, there is a man that I believe had decided to lay down his male ego and allow this woman to be herself. Because remember, the Bible speak of, the man was just there in the garden, and the Lord saw that it was not good for the man to be alone. And it is in the same way that the Lord have seen that, with my creation, I'm not yet done. There is still another being that I must create, and it's a woman. And this being, woman, can only be complete with a being that we've already created, which is a man. And it really takes a real man, not a male figure, but it takes a real man human, a real male human, to really understand that this woman in his life had not come to be an opponent, had not come to be just something there, but this woman had come in his life to complete each other, especially him. And I was just looking at this woman, how successful she is. And I was just asking myself, God, where do many of us go wrong? So then as I was watching this lady, something came up in my spirit that, the point is, as a couple, when you met, when you were thinking of meeting, when you have decided to tie the knot, when you have decided to be business partners in terms of life, when you have decided to intermarry your culture, your self ambitions and everything, when you have decided to make it one, when you have decided to be in the same room, in this chaotic world, what was your reason? What was your goal? What was your focus? Because I know you romantically love each other. Yes, I know. But the thing that many of us fail is we lose focus on why we have come together. How do we lose focus? We lose focus in we lose focus in once we have known each other sexually, we are now knowing each other, we have satisfied one another, and the woman is not the couture lady that I've thought she is. She's not this 120 makeup person. I thought she's this slim person. Now she's have given birth, or rather she's keep gaining weight. And the man, I didn't know that this guy that just smells like a he-goat. Oh my goodness, I just did not know this. And then that is where many people fail. And honestly, that is what has just ring a bell in my mind to say that this is the reason why many spouses and couples, are just not succeeding, peace-wise, finances and everything. Listen here, the Bible says that, the man shall leave the man will leave his family, the man will leave his father and mother's house, and he will cling to his wife, and they will become one. Listen, I was looking to this lady, and she's so successful. The lady is very bubbly, yet the lady have got a very painful childhood life. A childhood life that could not, that was a reason enough for her not to succeed. But I believe this lady has encountered people that believed in her. And herself, she believed in herself. She encountered people that believe in herself. And she encountered this man who's her husband that believe in her. Listen, here is the point. I don't want to make this video long. I was just saying that as a couple, when one gets money, especially, let's talk about money. My mother once told me way back when I was young, she said, my daughter, the argument between me and your father, who's my stepdad, I mean, she said it is money. Guys, money makes the world go around. The Bible says that the money is money. Let me put it in my own word. Money is good, but money can be the root of all evil. The love of money. It is actually not the money, simple money, the root of, no, the love of money. The love of money. The love of money can be the root of all evil. Money is good, so sweet. I so much want money because money helps you to be happy, even though not joyful, but money helps you to be happy. Money becomes the wheels of your car. If you don't have money, your tires of life is flat. You cannot move. If you don't have money, it is as if you don't have a crown. If you don't have money and you come in the family meetings, guys, nobody will really consider you. Even the Bible speaks of somewhere in the book of Proverbs that, people would rather wait for a young man who's having money to come in the meeting and to say the last word. You understand? So the love of money. So when you have money, you should control money. Money should not control you. And that is why we need to have money. We need to have money. I'm telling you, we need to have money. Because when you have money and you are in control of money, you eat what you want. You eat what you want. Are you hearing me? You dress what you want. Even if you go and buy second-hand clothes, you are not going to buy out of a need. You are going to buy out of a want, is what you want. Even when you have money, you will long forget to eat at KFC, but you go and eat at KFC and Hungry Lion out of a choice, not because you can't. When you have the money. When you have the money, guys, you sleep well in the house. As a couple, you sleep very well. When you have the money, you are less hungry and you are more satisfied. And this lady was just an epitome of this. The lady was just, you listen to her past as a child, and then you look at her life, and I was like saying, God, money is good. And also she was on the program with a guest, and she made me realize that all these things, Africans, rich people, because the person is rich, this is This is just stupidity. And she was saying that in Africa, we fear to speak about money. We fear to showcase our stuff on social media because we are afraid somebody will witch me. Oh my goodness. And all these things, people doing voodoo on somebody when you are successful. I'm telling you, this is poverty. So back to this lady's story, or how it has inspired me. I was like saying, God, where did we went wrong? Me and my husband, where did we went wrong? And listen, what I have learned from our story is, there would be time where my husband will make a decision, emotional decision. Nah? Let's say he take maybe a few thousands, he just go and party with that money. And when I tell him, honey, what you did is wrong, and then he will feel like it is my money. It is my money. And I feel like, okay, I leave him. You understand? He made a mistake by squandering that thousands, and I made a mistake by saying, okay, I will leave him. And also sometimes when I had in the past, when I had found myself with a change, what I do is I go and buy something that is not planned instead of investing. And I was like, goodness, this is some of the mistake we have made. Are you getting me? And one of the mistake also a couple does is that, and I was talking to, praise God, I was talking to my youngest daughter. I was making reference of many couples, or few couples that I know. Also, on the other hand, something that can mess up with your finances is, guys, African couple is they call it the black tax. Black tax. You find that this husband, yes, is the only son, which is not wrong. Is the only son. Praise God for being an only son to the parents. But you find that this young man is expected to invest still back at their home, at their family home. And this young man, godly, he is entrusted with this young woman who is now his wife, and they're supposed to build a legacy. They're supposed to build wealth. But now the parents of this young man, who is the parent-in-law of this woman who's married by this man, now they would expect him to give more still that side because they themselves has failed. As a parent, please, as you are sitting, build yourself, build your legacy so that when your son, who is now 5 years old, when he is going to be in his 20s, 30s, wanting to get married, you shouldn't be the destroyer of your own seed. Imagine you are in your 60s and you have not built a legacy. You have not built a house. You have not built a land, even though I'm still on me and my husband, we are still on land hunting in the north. And now when your son is 30, 26, you are still eating from your son. And the legacy will just continue. She was talking about the legacy. So the legacy will continue. You yourself, you did not plan your life financially. And now you are going to put passing this burden onto your son. And your son will pass it on. And now you are going to look for deliverance for prophets to deliver you. In our family, even my mother did not, even my father, even my wife. It is time for us to break the generational curse. As a couple, build a legacy. And in the midst of the challenge that we had, me and my husband, because I come from a background where we believe in building a legacy. And my husband, them come from a background where my dear mom-in-law, they had to move from one place to another. So now when I had to tell my husband that, listen, we need to have 2 houses. We need to have a house here. We need to have a land in the Rundu. We need to have a land in the north. When I tell him those things, it's like I'm insulting him because this thing he's not used to it. He was not taught when he was young. And glory be to God, he's gradually getting there now. Because as a wife, you are there to help your husband. As a wife, you are there to pray and say, Lord, this is what I think this is right for us. Don't force him. Don't control him. Pray for him more. Pray for him more. Be humble. And then one day he will just be like, okay, honey, let's try and do this. I'm in that space and it's a better space to be. But if you are like, thinking you are too smart, it will not. So as a couple, when you are also arguing about money, the end result will determine whether this end result will be a positive contribution to the building of your legacy or a negative one. And also, this is just to be true. I have also seen that, I said parents-in-law can also be a very huge stumbling block for this couple not to build a legacy. And my brother, please, you are your parents' son, but you are an entity, you are an individual. You are someone who's expected by your own children. What type of a legacy writer would you want to be? Now that you are married to your wife, 30 years from now, in what type of a home do you want your children to grow? Do you want your children to grow in a house that they struggle to eat, or you want them to grow in a house different from your home? How, I'm talking in terms of those that grew up in disadvantaged homes like myself. How do you want to be seen? I look at our legacy now and I was like, God, I believe we could have done much better. And I told the Lord this morning, I said, Lord, I'm just having 3 years to go before I turn 50, Lord, before I turn 50. Yeah, is it 3 or 2? I'm out. God, there must be a glimpse. There must be a look. I'm telling you, my husband must be able to look at me laying next to me and say, oh, praise God that I've chosen this woman. So honestly, people, we must dream big. No, women, we must dream big. Don't be limited by where you have grew up. Don't be limited by, and listen here, for those who are educated, glory be to God. Don't only be taken away by fashion and everything. Invest, putting money in the account and everything, it's beautiful, but tomorrow the economy will wake up, it is down, then what? But invest in property, like in the north. I look at people like Nigeria and other countries. When you go to their villages, people are investing in their village because village is very cheap. The plot is free and a lot of stuff there. Nobody is coming for tax because of your wall, not yet now, and those kind of stuff. Invest, make your life beautiful, dream big. If you are living in Arandas, living wherever, just dream big. And don't allow a certain energy to just bring you down. And honestly, as I was watching this lady, I got so inspired. Don't be afraid to live beyond the boundaries that you have grew up in. Don't be afraid. And that is why we as women, we must have our own associations when it comes to finances. We must have our own investment when it comes to finances, because if hubby have got his own view concerning your plan, you can always rise up and go into the shop. You can buy the building material, you can buy the plot, you can buy this, and you can create that which you think is best for you as a family. Understand? So yeah, basically that is what I was just saying, that God, where did we go wrong, me and my husband? And yeah, so because for us, we and the black text, we were surrounded, I think, and men, it is not a weakness to allow your wife's idea to materialize. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. Because God, in his majesty, God, in his greatness, he saw that it was good for you to have a woman who can help you. So it is not a weakness when your woman said, let's build a mansion. It is not a weakness. And don't be afraid that people are going to witch me and things like that. You build your legacy. Guys, cars are good. Cars are good. But a car can be here today and tomorrow. Like our car, the other one, we had to take it back to the bank. The other one was bumped, and we are struggling to get it where we are. But glory be to God, we have bought land and built in that place, and we have a house here. We have tried to renovate, and it's a legacy. It's a legacy. After when we are long gone, this house can still be here. So you must really build a legacy. Build a legacy for your children. Don't be afraid to make your house different from how you have grew up. And honestly, as a couple, build your life so that one day when you are 60, you will not at 60, that's when you are struggling to renovate one room. At 60, that's when because all this other time you were afraid people are going to witch you and things like that. You have God with you. So yeah, basically that is what it is. And thank you for watching. The Lord bless you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment below. I love you so much, and I am here for you, and I believe you are here for me. Bye-bye.